We were gonna have a podcast, but then we just didn't.
Yep.
Ooh.
No.
Damn it.
No podcast.
Why? I don't understand why
No more
that's
podcast.
funnier
No
than
more
that
Utterly
shit.
Geek.
Yeah.
Also, welcome to Utterly Geek.
Yeah. Hello.
Welcome.
I'm
Jesus
Darren Bell.
Christ.
I'm joined every week by Chris Walzik and
God.
Steve Petrella. We are here to discuss the previous week's news in the gaming world, of which there has been a little less right now. We're kind of in the lead up to PAX is actually next weekend, PAX East.
Oh shit.
Yes,
So-
I've been seeing emails about it, and I'm like, no, I can't go.
Oh, yes. Like, Suda 51 has a panel. No, not
geez.
Suda 51. Swery.
Okay.
Swery 65 has a panel that is dedicated entirely to making the perfect cup of coffee, which is the most sweary thing that can happen. And
Okay.
it makes me feel happy.
Sure.
But yeah, there's really not a lot of news, but we'll just leap right into it right here. I guess arguably the biggest one piece of news today.
Yeah.
PUBG has officially they put their new 4x4 map into beta.
Yes.
So currently, right now, if you go to the URL mapbeta.playbattlegrounds.com, is it /redeem? Did you send me something special?
No.
Okay, yeah, you need to sign up and link your Steam account, but then you get access to a new executable that is this 4x4 map beta. It is live now, Tuesday, April 2nd, and it will be live through Thursday, April 5th.
Mm-hmm.
You cannot queue with friends. You're on your fucking own.
But you
drop it.
But you know what? I'm okay with it being. I wonder if this will be the new solo mode. Like, if this is like, if you do solo mode, you do this map only, and if you do squads or duos, you do the larger maps because you have room to spread out. Because I feel like this map it's like a quarter of the size of the first map. Because someone put a comparison of it, like they did the Angriel, like they had that map, and then they put this new map like in the dead center, and it is seriously like a small portion of that map. It is significantly less. So I'm wondering if that's something where they have it just for solo mode for people to just be like, all right, I just want to like quick game, like maybe like warm up or something, like don't really care, like just want to go, and then like that's like the quick mode that they have, where it's just like you jump on that map, which I've seen it so far, and it's like luckily there's tons more buildings there, which means more loot, which is what that fucking map needs.
Yeah. I think that would be a good idea for them to look into doing, is like having that. Like, I think they should still set it up so you can play solo on those other maps.
Oh, yeah.
Because if you want to have a longer game or whatever. But I like the idea of like, hey, if you want to go in hot, and there's a bunch of like just quick games because you're gonna jump in there and people are like, everyone's gonna land nearly the same spots, and then if there's more loot, more drops, everyone gets a weapon. Hopefully, that's one thing where like I hope they work on is like most of the time when you drop into a house, at least there's a fucking pistol, so everybody comes out with something, and then just makes those games super quick.
Yeah.
If you just have time for one or two games,
As someone who plays that game nearly exclusively in squads, I would very much appreciate a separate map only for solo players to stop groups coming into like a squad game and just cleaning up house at like one of the spicier places to drop and then just disconnecting. Because that kind of waters down the experience for everyone else there to play the long game.
Yeah.
I see nothing but good things coming out of this 4x4 map.
Yeah.
At least from a game execution standpoint. The only negative I could possibly see is people will bitch that it is designed poorly, and and they don't like it. Well, without a doubt, people will complain about the actual map. But
people complain about everything about
no
PUBG,
matter what.
honestly. If you ever visit their subreddit, it's like 90% complaining, honestly.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
And then the 10% is actually like cool plays or hilarious plays or whatever. Yeah, I the other thing I hope that they do once they officially release this map is they got to have a map selection like a check mark thing of what map you want to queue up for. Like if they're gonna have 3 maps, they can't have it randomized anymore. It's gotta be a fucking checkbox system. I think they're just afraid that a lot of people are just not gonna check the fucking desert map.
Yeah.
But I mean, considering how many players are playing that fucking game, I don't think they'll run into the issue of nobody playing the fucking Miramar. Like people will play the desert map because there are a good amount of people who do enjoy that map.
Yeah, people like dropping into Picado and just fucking running around like that. It is fun to drop into that spot.
Yeah,
like it is very fun because there's a lot. There's good drops and it's quick, you know, and you can just go in, die fast, or kill a bunch of dudes and feel good about yourself.
Right.
As someone who doesn't really like that style of play, I have found that to be pretty enjoyable on the second map, the Myanmar map. And also, I don't give a rat's ass what map I'm playing on when I'm playing, because I'm just playing with you assholes.
Yeah.
So for me, I don't care. Yeah. So if they could just have a hopper that's like everything, kind of like how Rocket League does it, where I don't care. I just want to play, highlight everything and go.
Yeah.
Like, sure. But I think if they were to take some cues from Rocket League and have that kind of a tailor your own experience for queuing, it's certainly popular enough to support something like that. I don't see why they wouldn't.
And even Rocket League has where you can select what maps you want to play on. Like, even though if, like, a lot of... I mean, if you do competitive or whatever, they're all the same, like, aesthetically, but it's like...
There's slight geometric differences to each of the maps.
Yeah.
But not enough to make it really substantially different.
Yeah.
Well, there is that one that has like the 2 tiers, like it's higher on the side.
But that's more for like they don't ever have that in the arcade.
Yeah, but they don't use those in competitive.
Yeah, like that's all just like in their arcade mode or whatever.
I think all the standard or all the competitive things, all the competitive arenas are all like just standard. Size.
Yeah. Right.
It's just different look. They just look different.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought there was some slight geometric differences.
There are ones that do have that, but I think in competitive they're all the same though.
Yeah.
I think they got
that would make sense. Yeah.
They got rid of everything else just so there is no like outside of
no variation.
It's not like it's like that Mad Max map where everything sort of sweeps into toward the goal, you know.
Oh boy.
Like you get that out of competitive because that adds something that's just like, you know, unnecessary in a competitive match.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just think PUBG could really benefit from taking a look at what else is out there and improving themselves. And clearly this 4x4 map is a step in that direction. Looking at primarily Fortnite, which has exploded in popularity over PUBG because the games are a lot shorter. I feel like this 4x4 is a direct response to that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it definitely is.
I'm really curious to see what that plays like as someone who doesn't particularly love PUBG to the extent that you two seem to love PUBG.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it was.
I think I could benefit from it.
Yeah.
Because it is a lot more combat oriented, and I fucking freeze and die when I get into combat.
I think actually a lot of it, because I was the same way when I first started playing that game, a lot of it is just just saying fuck it and just rolling, man, and just not worrying. Like if you get hit, you get hit, you know, like you're gonna die fast anyways. If someone's got sights on you, you're fucking you're toast usually, you know. So it's just take that out of your brain and just sometimes, like a lot of times, I'm getting better by just running into a battle and just being like, all right, fuck it. I hear gunshots over there. I'm going toward them. I don't give a shit. I'm most likely going to die, but at least I'll learn something from it. So that's how I've been getting better at that game. Like I'm not good at the game, but I'm getting a lot better and just understanding it a lot more. And that in turn makes it a hell of a lot more fun.
You only get better by fighting more people and running headfirst in the fucking combat.
You really do. You really do, and it makes you just quicker on the draw too. You become faster with your weapon, and you know, like I've been getting a lot better with that. because a lot of it is just understanding that and just fucking going in guns blazing sometimes. But yeah, I just really hope like something knocks into them and it's like, okay, we have to focus on the issues with our game and not on the crates and shit like that. I hope they just start going for that stuff.
The player experience needs improvement.
Because I think a lot of with that game, like if they do improve that, it will go back toward like what Fortnite's getting, like the numbers of people that are playing Fortnite. They'll be able to get those numbers back if they start doing that with PUBG, because I feel like they've lost that in PUBG where they're not focusing. It feels like they're not focusing as much on the game. They're focusing on the drops and stuff like that. And it's like, all right, figure out the issues, get this game going, then put the drops in, figure out more drops and make your money that way. But hopefully this 4x4 puts a little life into it and more people jump back into that game.
Yeah, hopefully. Speaking of games that need more people to hop into them, No Man's Sky has announced their next expansion, simply called No Man's Sky Next. Details are scarce. They announced that there is
shocking.
Yeah, right. They announced an Xbox One version, and this big expansion is supposed to come along with that. They're saying that this is an important step on a longer journey for us. It's the biggest update so far. So it will be free to everyone, and so on and so forth. So it's a 4K HDR update as well. So, sure. They say summer 2018. No Man's Sky was a game that I still kind of enjoy in the same level that I enjoy like everything. It's just kind of a chill out, hey, I'm just going to mine some stuff and listen to some ambient music.
Yeah.
And I haven't played it since most of the big expansions have come out, so I've been looking for a reason to go back to it, and this might be it.
Yeah, I played it quite a bit with their last one, Atlas Rises, where they like actually added like a really decent campaign mode.
Yeah, like a story, right?
Yeah. One other than just being, hey, just get to the center of the universe, because that's all you gotta do. But yeah, no, like I was actually enjoying with what they did with Atlas Rises. They added so much content, and that's what I was saying. Like, yeah, if you haven't picked up this game yet, like now is the time, because there's a good amount of content that was in it. So, and this could probably be another push where it would lead to that.
This might actually be the push to make it like the E3 announcement or I'm sorry, it was the Game Awards announcement video.
Yeah.
So, yeah, No Man's Sky, it continues to exist as a morbid curiosity for me.
Yeah.
I loved the ambition of it, but
yeah.
In other news of old ambitious games, Red Faction Guerrilla is being Re-Mars-Tered. Red Faction Guerrilla Re-Mars-Tered edition is coming our way by way of THQ Nordic. They're rebuilding that game in 4K and putting it on modern consoles. That was a game I always wanted to play it, but I never got around to it.
It's really fucking good. That's one game I played all the way through the main campaign and then did some of the multiplayer, which is really fucking fun.
Yeah, I mean, of games of that generation, this was one of the more ambitious. It was open world, but they actually built a accurate physical architectural engine so that you could walk up to a building, and if you took out only the main support structures, you have a hammer. You have like an atomic hammer or some shit. And if you take out the main support beams, you can bring the building crashing down around you and fucking kill yourself with the dropping building. But it's fun to do that.
Yeah.
I remember seeing interviews with the development team basically saying, yeah, we had to become architects because the buildings we wanted to put in physically would not support their own weight. So we had to redesign them.
Yeah, Yeah, it shows with that game, and especially like it's more than just your sledgehammer is the only thing that you have available. There's tons of like explosives that you can have on you. That's like rocket launchers, grenade launchers, C4, all kinds of shit like that. But then they get like futuristic weapons that really go ape shit, where it's like some kind of railgun that fires a laser beam that instantly melts whatever it hits, and it's usually just like one little piece of something that you'll just fire at. So if you like hit all the support beams with that fucking laser rifle, it'll just come crashing down, and it's awesome.
Right. They also made a unicorn gun in that, Mr. Toots.
I don't think I ever found that one.
It's a unicorn where you're holding it. Its face is toward the camera, so you squeeze it and it just shits a rainbow.
Okay.
Well, it screams. They also added. They turned the sledgehammer into an ostrich at one point. Yeah, that game got weird. Mr. Toots.
It's fun as hell.
Man.
My favorite was the black hole gun. That thing was fucking amazing. You fire that thing and it just like it'll just tear apart pieces of the building and it'll slowly just orbit around it and then it'll just fucking explode into a supernova and then it'll just like send pieces flying everywhere. So satisfying.
I wonder if this indicates that THQ Nordic would be looking to restart the Red Faction franchise.
I don't know. I mean, I guess, but Guerrilla, I played the first Red Faction. I was like, okay, this is kind of cool, like neat little mechanics.
I loved the first one because that had the geomod technology where you could dig through the map.
Right.
Like multiplayer in that was really fun because you had to dig to find hidden rooms that had the more powerful weapons in it. So like posters on the wall were very important because it was normally marked secret rooms. Red Faction's just a really weird and interesting showcase of technology.
Yeah.
Is how I always took it.
Yeah. But I would consider Guerrilla like probably the best in the franchise where it was, I don't know, like a really good story and really, really fun gameplay.
Yeah, Red Faction Guerrilla actually felt like if the original Red Faction were Half-Life, Guerrilla was actually Half-Life 2.
Yes.
Red Faction 2 just didn't live up to anything of the original.
Yeah.
From my memory, it was just a stock straight shooter. There's nothing special about Red Faction 2. Did you ever play that, Steve?
I did play that, and I loved Red Faction 1, and then I didn't like Red Faction 2, so in turn, I never played Guerrilla because I was just like
done
so
with the
awesome.
franchise.
Yeah, it just like pushed me away from it to the point where like it wasn't like a terrible game. It was just like just a standard shooter basically. Yeah. There was nothing that like made it better than any other type of shooter. So I was just like, eh.
Yeah, and I think I share that sentiment. I rented Red Faction 2 and played it for a weekend and went, no. No, this isn't what Red Faction was, and never went back to that franchise.
Well, I have heard a lot of awesome things about Guerrilla and like just like the being able to demolish buildings and stuff like that, all that, the breakable stuff. Like a lot of people still go back to that and say that is one of the best games at doing that. So yes. I'm really interested to see that just for that mechanic alone in that game, just because I think that's fucking awesome.
I think you can still purchase the original one on Steam, Red Faction Guerrilla.
I feel like you should be able to.
I don't think it's been delisted. I was just trying to pull it up to check the price, but Steam seems to be...
Did they say anything about if you have that they're giving you that? Or
no indication of that, because THQ Nordic is now a different company than the original THQ. Nordic ended up buying most of THQ's assets and then just renaming themselves into THQ Nordic. They just happen to have...
So they probably won't do that.
Yeah, most likely not. Plus, you're looking at it, it's aged out quite a bit.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Red Faction Guerrilla Steam Edition is still available for $20.
Nice. A lot of people are wondering if it's gonna be something like well, I guess it wouldn't be a free update, but something where it's like maybe an upgrade price or something.
Yeah, I could possibly see him doing that.
Yeah.
I wouldn't see them making it like free.
Yeah, because it's still a pretty old game because it was like 2 generations ago.
But then again, they did make War-Mastered edition of Darksiders. Man, they make really bad pun remaster titles.
Yeah.
War-Mastered edition was free, and the Definitive edition of
Oh my
2
god.
Yeah.
was free as well.
Those are so bad that they're just awesome though. It's intentionally bad. So
like Re-Mars-Tered.
Re-Mar-Tered is so fucking bad, and it makes it so good.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited for that one.
Yeah, I'll definitely give that a go as long as it gets solid reviews.
Yeah. In waning 3DS news, Level 5, creators of the Professor Layton franchise, has said that they are not making any more 3DS games. They are moving a large swath of their development efforts over to the Switch. So that can only conclude there's going to be a Professor Layton on the Switch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Most
it's
likely.
only a matter of time.
Also, Level 5 made like a decent amount of games for 3DS, so I feel like with them pulling out of the 3DS, it's like, it's looking like it's at its tail end, guys.
Yeah.
Well, so I've done a lot of thinking on that too. Yes, the 3DS is on its tail end, and if you look at hardware sales figures, they have been slightly down. Like, it really hasn't slowed down sales. People are still buying that thing because there are all of these games now available for it. So I don't think we're gonna stop seeing a deluge of 3DS games. It's gonna turn into a trickle. Like, Nintendo they fucking announced that Bowser's Inside Story remake for 2019, for Christ's sake.
Yeah.
So Nintendo plans on still making games for that thing for a couple more years.
Yeah, I think it's going to be like you said, a trickle of games, and I think like if they just keep it updated with like, hey, you can buy these old Nintendo games and stuff like that 3DS will be fine.
Yeah.
You know, people will still buy little old Nintendo games and stuff for it and do all that type of shit.
It's such a fucking solid system though too.
Oh yeah.
If you don't have a 3DS, you should go get a 3DS.
And fucking binge on games.
Yeah, there are so many games for that.
Fucking Link Between Worlds, all of the fucking Fire Emblems, Animal Crossing.
The entire Phoenix Wright series is on there.
Phoenix Wright, yeah.
Metroid, that Metroid remake.
Yep.
Not the Federation Force. That doesn't exist. Like, man, yeah, because you also get all the DS, so fucking play all the Trauma Center games. I still want a new Trauma Center game.
Yeah.
I'm probably the only human who is just frothing at the mouth for more Trauma Center, but
I was a little sad when I traded in my Trauma Team so that way I could get my Switch, because I only played like a mission or two of that. And I was like,
and that thing goes places. There is some weird shit.
Yeah.
That fucking orthopedic surgeon, he's like a goddamn lucha libre fucking vigilante. That thing goes places. Yeah, I'm never getting rid of my Trauma Team games, my Trauma Center games.
Yeah.
Trauma Team is arguably the best one. It's so fucking weird. I love Trauma Team. But the thing is, they could remake that on Switch. They have the pointer technology. They have the motion technology. They can make Trauma Team and Trauma Center on the Switch.
Yeah.
But will they? Probably not. Nah. But you will not see any more Professor Layton on the 3DS. Valve has unceremoniously and quietly removed the Steam Machines section from Steam. Steam Machines if you may remember,
Yeah.
where their attempt at making unified hardware for the PC environment, where they would contract out with other game manufacturers or hardware manufacturers to make these pre-built Steam machines that ran the Steam OS.
Yep. And they were
idea was-
expensive as fuck.
Well, some of them were, some of them weren't. The problem was they were trying to court the console audience.
Yeah.
To be like, hey, come to PC. We can be like consoles, except consoles typically have one, maybe two SKUs out at a time.
Yeah.
And they really narrow down what you're buying. I want to buy PS4. Okay, do you want the Pro or the not?
Yeah.
Well, why would I want the Pro? Do you have a 4K TV? No? Then just get the regular one. Done. Decision made.
Right.
Steam Machine is, well, how much are you looking to spend? Which manufacturer do you want to go with? What chipset do you want? Like, it's building a PC.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, you...
It's building a PC without actually having to build a PC.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just buying a pre-built machine.
Yeah.
But you still had to have the knowledge and the foresight of building a PC in order to get the most out of a Steam machine. But then you're running this bastardized version of Linux.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So if you're just playing games, you're limiting yourself to only the Linux compatible games, of which is not all the major games.
Yeah.
So it was kind of foolhardy at the start. It's a good enough idea.
Yeah.
A modular PC setup where you could just slot in and out parts. Cool. That would be awesome. But isn't that just a PC anyway? Because you can do that anyway.
Right.
So what's up with this Atari thing?
Oh, the Atari box?
The Atari VCS or something like that it's called?
Yeah, so
What
that's
like it sounds like it just is going to have Steam on it basically.
I don't know. It feels like Ouya all over again, but with Atari attached to it. I haven't heard a hell of a lot of the nitty-gritty details of the Atari VCS. Because they haven't really said, but yeah, it sounds like it's going to be like a Steam box, $250 to $300.
Yeah.
It looks like you get two controllers. One's looks like a default controller. The other looks like a classic Atari joystick.
Old school joystick, yeah. I mean, I like the way it looks. I really like the way it looks, but I just don't know what the fuck it really is for. Outside of just looking fucking cool. Like, I don't know. Yeah,
like looking like an Atari.
Yeah, it looks fucking cool. But other than that, it's just like, oh yeah, play Steam games.
Yeah, I have... That thing is questionable.
Yeah, it says pre-orders will go live in April.
Well, here we are.
Cost between $250 and $300, though the final price has not been announced.
Yeah.
And that was on March 18th.
That sounds like an unupgradable Steam machine.
Yeah, pretty much.
But yeah, Valve has quietly nixed that whole practice, which no surprises.
Yeah. That fucking thumbstick for the goddamn Atari thing looks like it would be a pain in the ass. I don't know. Maybe that's just me.
Totally.
Like it just
joystick?
Yeah, it just looked like it was just I don't know. I get what they were going for because they were trying to have like the one of the controller things be the top left like red like iconic Atari thing. But it looks like as fucking I don't know, like just from looking from the images of it, it just looked like it was not a joystick at first. It took me a moment to be like, oh, that is a joystick for movement. It seems like in a video game.
It looks bad. It looks bad.
Yeah.
That controller looks uncomfortable.
Well, I mean, it looks like a regular 360 controller, but it's just has that fucking red
joystick.
Very red joystick that looks like it won't be able to hold a thumb on there.
Yeah. So, I mean, I'm wondering if they just have, like, all the old Atari games preloaded on that thing as well.
We don't know.
It hasn't
I would
said
assume,
anything, but why the fuck would it come with that joystick?
Yeah.
unless it came with the old games. Yeah, I would need to.
Like, you're not going to use that for anything except for maybe if it was like old like arcade games.
Geometry Wars.
You could use it for Geometry Wars. You
There you go.
could.
Come on,
Steve is sold. Steve is sold. He's buying it. He's
I'm buying it just for Geometry Wars.
Yeah, do that. Well, they're assuming because they're remaking Tempest into Tempest 4000, so they're thinking that's gonna come built into it. But yeah, no one knows.
okay.
Things fucked up. In other new game news, I guess, Spy Party has finally announced that it is going to be purchasable on Steam April 12th. Spy Party is a game that has been in development for,
10 years, I think.
Something like 10 years. You've been
10
able to buy it for the past 5 off of their official website.
Mm-hmm.
I remember hearing about Spy Party back when I was in college, and the whole premise is really fucking awesome. So it's a one-on-one spy thriller game.
Mm-hmm.
One person inhabits this party of the social elite who is a spy who is trying to complete certain objectives by approaching certain NPCs and doing certain things at the party. The other player is a sniper that has a view of the party who has to determine you have 1 bullet and you have to kill the spy. So by looking at this huge cast of characters, you need to find out which one is the human player and shoot them. It's right now how it all operates. It's very one-on-one, and outside of the Steam version, you have to send an invitation directly to your opponent. The developer has said this method will not work in Steam, so they need to come up with some sort of matchmaking element and also a ranking element so that you're not teamed up against really
Bots.
good people.
Yeah.
Well, not bots.
too.
They're worried about you being teamed up against someone who knows every little idiosyncrasy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But Spy Party, I'm really excited for this. I've been very much looking forward to this game.
So I guess the first time I heard about this, which is kind of coming to me now, was hearing it from Hey Ash, what you playing?
Yeah.
Like, and even then, like, I didn't look up the game. I was just like, okay, I guess, whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess. Sure.
I heard about it slightly before that. But I mean, looking at it now, it looks really good. Previously, back then, I think it was just very blocky graphically. Like, there was no detail. Everyone was a bright primary color in their clothing, and their faces were super blocky. But it's another story of this game has been in development for fucking ever.
Yeah, I think it said 2010 was when that game began development.
Jesus. Wow.
Yeah. It's awesome, and I'm very much excited for it. Hey, who changed the sheet here? That link is gone. The
What?
news.
Which one?
The link for Spy Party just vanished.
Oh,
anyway.
Sorry. No, that was me. I must have done. I must have done cut instead of copy. Maybe.
Good job.
Oh God.
Yeah, you're fucking it up. Anyway, let's move on to the next news piece. Square Enix Holdings has announced a new development studio called Luminous Productions. They're saying that this will focus on developing AAA titles and bringing innovative game and other entertainment content to a global audience. It's basically staffed with members behind Final Fantasy 15.
Okay.
And that's it. More information regarding Luminous Productions' new projects will be revealed at a later date. That's probably E3.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, hooray! New studios. Last bit of news actually comes to us from Bill Trinen and Nintendo directly. They released a new episode of the Nintendo Power podcast, which, if you haven't been listening, I highly recommend listening to that. They seem to drop at random times, and they're always only about an hour. This one has an interview with Suda51 regarding Travis Strikes Again, No More Heroes, and Corey Rollins talking about Mark of the Ninja Remastered. But it starts with Bill Trinen getting out there and talking about the various tournaments Nintendo is having for E3. So they're having the Splatoon 2 World Championships, which is a qualifying event. But then they have the Smash Brothers Invitational, which they're working on sending out invites to specific individuals to come and play. And he has confirmed this is that Smash Brothers that they announced, what the one that we don't know if it's new or not.
Okay.
But that's the one. And he's like, yeah, we typically have a big rollout of a bunch of information that we like to drip feed. And as you can see, that game's coming out this year. And so I would just stay tuned. So it sounds like we might get a huge info dump during that tournament.
Good. I'm actually kind of okay with it just being a fucking info dump for this game.
Oh, totally.
Yeah.
Especially in a tournament setting.
Yeah.
If it is an invitational like this, and I've heard this theory outlined online, and I kind of really love it. If it's an invitational, they would bring in players who they know play certain characters and just have them come out and introduce the character that they have been assigned to play. Like do a quick oh, this is Sheik and this is how we changed her and now fight. Like I would love that if that is the Smash Invitational. They have one player per every character and they just announce all characters. Except for the hidden ones.
Right.
Lock characters. But I don't know. I'm really excited. I'm kind of more excited for those 2 tournament days than I am for the Nintendo Direct, actually.
Makes me wonder about with the new Smash if some of the hidden characters would be fucking. I mean, I know we've been saying about it a lot with the last Smash, but I wonder if they got Snake in there, considering Konami's not really doing anything with it. So it's like, hey man, just let us have it.
Yeah, come on.
I would love to see Snake back. What I think would actually be really cool. There's been rumors floating around that this next Smash is going to be heavily third-party favored. I would love it if all of the name brand Nintendo characters are just unlocked from the get-go and only third-party characters are unlockable.
Yeah.
Like that would be a cool twist.
Yeah.
I with the Solier amiibo, I wouldn't be shocked if he ends up in Smash or a Dark Souls character. I don't want it. I don't want it.
Oh God.
But I wouldn't be shocked if it happens. Like right now, Smash for Wii U basically threw all of the Nintendo is sacred feeling of Smash Brothers out the fucking window. As soon as they added Cloud.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It was like, okay, no, what Smash meant as a Nintendo museum is no longer the case. I'm just gonna embrace it because Cloud is actually kind of kick-ass in Smash Brothers.
Right.
If he had come out and been shitty, I don't think my opinion would have changed at all.
Yeah.
But he came out and he was actually really fun. So.
Yeah, I think it's a smart move for Nintendo to do stuff like that because you don't want. You want to be known as a company that is hey, embraces other companies.
Yeah.
Hey, we embrace these characters. They're amazing characters, and we want them in our games.
Oh my God! Hear me out. Ready? Just fucking hit me. Hit me hard, right? Okay. So. Ubisoft went to Nintendo and said, "Hey man, here's this game, Mario vs. Rabbids. We cool?" And they go, "Yeah, sure, okay, but we want Rayman."
That I would totally be on board with.
Rayman would be a great
Like, holy shit! Like, how awesome would that be?
Yeah, that would be fucking cool.
It was like, listen,
totally
you
on
made
board.
Mario and everything, and you include him in your game, but we want Rayman. Like, we want Rayman in Smash. Like, it'd be like, so good.
I could see Rayman being in Smash. Like,
Yeah.
he has a good like skill set or whatever. Like,
Yeah.
just the way that he fights and stuff would be great for Smash.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that would be cool. I love Smash. I love whenever a new Smash comes out, my mind just starts reeling
Oh, yeah.
about the potential characters. I still want... So, April Fool's Day was yesterday.
Yes.
Nintendo put out a survey yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Like, which Nintendo character would you like to prank the most? And the options were Waluigi, 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 or Waluigi. Like, they're kind of in on the joke now.
Right.
And so I really hope Waluigi ends up in Smash this time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Given the amount of shit that they gave him last time around, even, like, they called it out in one of the streams where Masahiro Sakurai had a Waluigi plushie behind him. And he's like, even though you try really hard, you can't always make the cut. And then he just looked at it. Like, yeah, it's Smash. It's Smash. I want Smash. I'm really looking forward to watching that tournament.
Yeah.
It's going to be awesome. That was all I had grabbed for the news. Was there anything else that I might have missed, overlooked?
No, not that I know.
Okay, cool. Why don't we kick it over to questions? You can send them in email form to utterlygeek@gmail.com. That's utterlyg33k@gmail.com. If you put news in the subject line, we'll answer them here. We didn't get anything new, but you can watch us live on twitch.tv/cptwally. Follow us along. If your question or comment is relevant to the current conversation, we'll bring it up during the conversation. Otherwise, we'll answer them here if we receive them. Did we receive them?
No.
Wally?
No.
No. Cool. We're also on Instagram under Utterly Geek. That's UTTERLYG33K on Instagram. You can send questions there. We'll answer them here. Steve?
None.
We're also on Twitter at Utterly Geek. That's UTTERLYGEEK there on the Twitter. Just remember, tweet has E's.
Yep.
So that's why we have them?
Because I'm an idiot.
I'll accept that.
Yeah.
We do have a bit of news to announce regarding the Facebook page.
Fuck you, Facebook!
Yeah.
I mean, that too, but, you know.
of recent revelations, that Facebook page is going to be going away.
Yeah.
But we have plenty of alternatives. Steve mans that Instagram page very well.
Yes.
Wally mans the Tweetertons pretty well as well.
Yeah. Well, I'll be more so once we euthanize the fucking Facebook page.
Yeah, that thing's going under. We're targeting this next weekend.
Yes.
But keep an eye on our other ways we reach out in order to keep up to date with us. We do like to tweet every time before we go live.
Mm-hmm. I missed it today, but yeah. I realized it the second we started. I was like, well, shit. But normally I'm on top of it. So
yeah,
fair enough.
Yeah, I try to post Instagram before we go live as well.
Yes.
Yep. You can always go to utterlygeek.com. That's where everything will be posted. It's UTTERLYG33k.com.
Yes.
If you go there, you can actually look up all of our old episodes.
Even before Steve was here.
Long before Steve was here. Yeah, you can really dig. Oh, I might have had to delete year 1.
Oh, no.
I still have it local.
Okay.
But
all right. Well, you know.
But you don't want to hear from 6 years ago, do you?
Nah.
Why not? You can see what was going on.
I
like
don't
a time
know.
capsule.
That's true.
You know, you
that's
open it up,
true.
you're like, what was going on
that would
6
be
years
fun.
ago?
You are more than welcome to do that.
And then hear us through webcams and not through microphones, so it's loud as shit and really poor quality.
And some of my own personal history that I don't care to talk about.
Yeah.
So you're welcome to take that audio journey.
Sure.
I will stay right the fuck here.
Yep.
We do like to top off the show with announcing the new releases for the coming week, but I took a look at everything and there's fucking nothing.
Yeah.
This next week doesn't really have anything of huge note that I have noticed. Oh, well, okay. King of Fighters 97 Global Match is coming out on April 5th for PS4, PC, and Vita. So that's it. That's the only thing that I recognize.
Hey man, I'm just counting down in 18 more days until fucking I basically go under a goddamn rock for an entire weekend.
So I believe I picked up God of War 3 remastered on PS4 on one of those sales. I think it was like $2 at one point.
Mm-hmm.
Would you recommend I leap in at 3?
Yeah.
Just play that one. I know Kratos mad. Kratos kill family. Family on skin. He kill gods.
I mean, cause like
he bang horse.
He does bang horse.
I would almost say 2 would be a better starting point because like at least with 1 you understand.
Can I play 2 or 1 on a PlayStation 4?
No. I think they only did the remaster for 3.
I don't know if I know they did that collection, but I don't know if
which is what I have, but that's on PS3.
That's on PS3.
It was right at the end of PS3 that they made that whole like Saga collection, which had all the Vita games as well.
Yeah, but that was on PS3.
Yeah. I would say, I mean, if you can't play those, 3 is fine. You know, jump in and play it.
Cause like the way that 2 ends is like giant cliffhanger, and then 3 is like immediately the moment that 2 ends is right where 3 starts.
Yeah.
Right.
But they really are like the jump from 2 to 3, like those, not really the play style, but just like the cinematic quality of the game just goes fucking through the roof.
Skyrockets.
And that, like, it just skyrockets. Like,
well, because it was from PS2 to PS3.
PS3, yeah. But that, just the cinematic quality in 3 is worth playing that game alone. Even if you don't like the play style so much, like just the way that they do things, the camera angles and all that is just really well done. Really well done.
I would look into to see if there's like some kind of or you could just watch like God of War the movie that I know people put together where it's all the cinematics or whatever, some little bit of gameplay, and then just fucking watch that all the way up to the end of 2, and then it's like before you start the 3rd one or whatever, then it's like, okay, I'll just start here now. Could do that. That would be another option. So that way you know like everything that happens between the first game and the second game, and then you could just go right into the 3rd.
Yeah, and I'm kind of interested to see if they like how much they do tie in those games with this 4th one, because I'm not so sure how much they're going to, but I'm interested to see what they do.
As someone who knows nothing of God of War and who is actually kind of interested in the new one,
right,
I would hope that they would sprinkle bits of like hints to the old games in there as fan servicey things, maybe even story things, but not as critical, so that fans are still happy, but I don't lose my experience because I haven't played those.
Yeah. No, I think it is like, it seems like from judging by the trailers alone, it's a lot of references to the older ones, but it's more of like a understanding the character Kratos from what mistakes he's made from the previous titles.
Because I can see that in there, like especially when he's like talking to his son and he's like they're talking about gods and stuff, and like he gives that like kind of like you don't want to be a god, basically, you know, like even though his son
No,
has
you don't
that,
want to kill a god.
or
is
you
what
don't
he
want to
tells
kill
him.
a god, yeah. So it's like,
and the kid's like, "How do you know?" And he's
How
like,
do you
"It's
know?"
just like,
Yeah,
oh, sweet summer child."
yeah. So yeah, they have like those little throwbacks, and yeah, I think they're gonna do that. I think it's gonna be more of like a, hey, you guys who played this, remember this, and you're gonna enjoy this Easter eggs type things.
Yeah.
And the people who didn't play these, you don't need to play them.
Yeah.
But you should. You know, like, yeah.
It's if you want to know more of the lore of God of War and like who Kratos is and everything, then yeah, play the other ones. But it will should work well on its own.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. You want to hear something really stupid? I was up at the mall today. I went to Best Buy, and they had a gigantic 2-scale foam version of Kratos' axe from the new God of War.
Oh shit!
For
$50. I'm like, why is that a thing?
I'd fucking get it. Dude, I hang it up on one of these fucking walls. Are you kidding me? I'd buy that shit. I'd buy that shit.
Yeah, I'm aware.
I got a wall. Look, it's right there. I got fucking nothing over there. I'd put it over there. There we go. Yeah. It's perfect. A fucking axe on my goddamn wall.
It's foam. It's just
straight
foam.
Oh, all right. Well, I mean, if it's detailed and painted well, maybe.
Well, yeah, it was pretty detailed.
Okay.
It was just not a thing that I expected to see in the PlayStation section, looking down and just seeing this giant 2-scale foam axe.
Yeah.
It's pretty. Yeah, NECA made it. Oh, they're the same people who do all the TF2 stuff, so it's gonna be high quality. Yeah, cool. I can send you a picture afterwards.
Yes,
because it's so stupid. But I think that'll do it for us this week. Thank you for joining us. We've got some stuff underway, in process and progress, and building and creating. Stay tuned to the website and the Instagram and the Twitter, because things are in the pipe. I did a lot of video capture today.
Sweet.
I need to do a lot of writing and voice work, but I'm in process for video content. I'm very excited to go through it. I just suck at old NES games, so that's a problem.
It could be entertaining.
Well, it's not a video that's about me playing the game.
Oh, okay.
I'm just trying to get footage of the end of the game.
Gotcha.
For the video.
Gotcha. All right.
But we're working on it.
Yeah.
We're working on it. Stay tuned, and thank you for joining us. Has anyone else got stuff that they want to announce or say that they're working on, other than, your streams and...
Well, yeah. I mean, I got
your
movie shit. Yeah. I actually started recording, and I have it. Pretty much the audio is all recorded.
All right.
And it's just me figuring out what I want, because I don't want to be in the videos. Like I've like just
not your face.
Yeah, I don't want my face in the videos. I think a lot of it has to do with me wanting to learn how to edit and do like funny shit editing. Kind of like, I guess, kind of in the vein of what Donkey does, where it's like he pulls these little silly clips, and I want to do that with the movies that I'm watching.
Okay.
Where it's like, so it's going to be me like instantly talking about the movie after I watch it and my feelings, and then I'm going to try to edit and figure out what I want to put in each spot. And
so also a similar vein is I Hate Everything, because he does the same thing. If you've ever seen his YouTube channel, check him out.
I'll have to check that out.
He's also in similar regard but it's more of him just like, I mean, like his channel being I Hate Everything. It's him just like fucking ranting and pointing out specific parts of movies that are just really atrocious.
Yeah. Okay, I'll have to check that out, because I haven't seen that, but that's the kind of style that I'm going for, I guess.
All right.
Cool. I look forward to seeing how that turns out for you.
Yeah.
If you need help with video editing software, we can provide it.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll definitely have to probably look
I've
into
played
that.
around with it
Right.
too.
No, I know.
Thanks for joining us, and you see us next week. Sorry for the inside baseball at the end there.
That's fine. Whatever.
Hey.
We'll see ya.
Catch you next week.
Later.